Anemia is the most common micronutrient deficiency disorder that is seen in India. About 4 to 5 billion of population, that accounts to about 66 to 80% of the population, are deficient in iron, and about 30% of the same is anemic. But what are the main causes of anemia and how to get about it? I mean, what are the ways in which we can prevent anemia? Let us get to know about it in details through this video. Hello NutriFans, this is Devjani Gupta Niyogi, a dietitian by profession, and today I am going to tell you about the causes of anemia, the ways to prevent them, and will also provide you with certain tips and tricks in order to improve your iron intake that will help you in reducing your anemia. So what is anemia? Our blood has a red color pigment known as hemoglobin. This is required for the formation of RBC, that is red blood cells. When the level of this hemoglobin falls in our blood, then that condition is termed as anemia. This pigment named hemoglobin is made out of two components, that is heme and globulin. Heme means iron and globulin is a protein that helps in the formation of this hemoglobin. There is also contribution of vitamin B12 and folate in the formation of this pigment known as hemoglobin. Vitamin B12 fastens the rate in which the hemoglobin is formed, and folate or folic acid helps in the process of formation of hemoglobin. So how to understand that a person is suffering from anemia? Of course, it is not possible for each and every one of us to go to a biochemical lab every month and check for our hemoglobin levels. So let us look out at some simple ways through which we can understand or through which we can assess that a person is suffering from anemia or not. The most easiest way to find out that whether a person is anemic or not is to look for the paleness in conjunctiva, that is the white part of the eye. If it has shine, that means that the person is not anemic. If it has lost the shine, then in that case the person might be anemic in nature. The next way to assess is the color of the tongue. If the color of the tongue is dark pink color or reddish color, that means the person is not anemic. But if it is pale pink color, if it is very light in color, then in that case the person is anemic. Another easy sign and symptom is to check for the swelling in the leg. In case the person is anemic, there will be swelling in the leg when they are sitting for a longer time. And the most prominent symptom in case of severe anemic people is to look for the shape of the nails. If the shape of the nails has turned into the shape of the spoon, then in that case the person is severely anemic. This condition is known as koilonchia. If it is not possible to assess for anemia using these signs and symptoms, then another way is to assess it by pressing the thumb of the individual. If it turns back into a dark pink or a reddish color, then in that case the person is not anemic, and if it remains to be a very pale white color, then in that case the person is suffering from anemia. But yes, the confirmatory test for the same will be of course a blood test from a laboratory. The table here shows the normal hemoglobin levels of the people depending upon their age and gender. It also provides the recommended iron requirement of the people in various age group and gender. You can refer to the table to know what is your requirement and whether you are suffering from anemia or not. The main causes of anemia is less intake of iron rich food, less bioavailability of iron, and also reduced absorption of iron by our body. So now your question might be, can food modification or dietary modification can help in preventing anemia in people or not? So the answer for this is of course yes. Food has the capability in preventing anemia in case of individuals if eaten in a proper way. So how to get about it? I mean, what are the ways in which we can prevent anemia just by doing certain dietary modifications in our daily life? So the first thing that you need to do is to fulfill your plate with a large amount of iron rich food that will include raisins, dates, green leafy vegetables such as spinach, amaranth, sprouts, and organ meat. All this should be in your plate. Among the listed items, the best would be to have the liver of an animal, that is an organ meat. because they have a greater bioavailability and are readily absorbed by your body. So you must be telling that they are very expensive in nature. But do you know the cauliflower leaves that we often throw away has a very good content of iron? And if you are worried that they consist of pesticide, the best way to remove the pesticide is to first boil the leaves, then throw away the water and then cook the leaves. This will help in reducing the pesticide content in the leaves and will give you the complete benefit of the iron. Another master tip to prevent anemia or to cure anemia is to consume amla with jaggery. They have a very good capability in the formation of hemoglobin. Another cheapest way to enhance your hemoglobin level is the consumption of swamp weed. In Bengali, we call it kuilakhara, and in Hindi, it is known as tamilakhana. They are basically weeds and can be grown into a small pot or a small area in your garden, but are a very good source of iron and will help in enhancing your hemoglobin levels. Another home-based remedy is to grow microgreens from the sprouts. They are also very rich in iron and are very healthy to consume. And talking about the pumpkin seeds, if you want to get it from the market, it will be quite costly. So the best way is to remove the seeds from the pumpkin itself, consume the pumpkin and let the seed be dried in the sun for some time. Then roast it and have it with your food. They are not only very good source of iron but also a very good source of protein. Though green leafy vegetables such as spinach and amaranth has a very good content of iron, but they also consist of oxalates. This oxalate prevent the absorption of iron in our body, and that is the reason why only 5% of the iron present in green leafy vegetables are absorbed by our body. Other inhibitors for iron absorptions are tannin that are mainly present in tea. So consumption of tea along with iron rich food will not allow the iron to be absorbed by our body. Though some whole grains consist of some amount of iron, but they also consist of phytate that will also prevent the absorption of iron, and that is why not considered as a very good source of iron. But if the same whole grains such as green moong are soaked overnight and allowed to get sprouted and then consumed, will enhance the absorption of iron. The reason behind it is that the germination process results in the formation of vitamin C, and vitamin C will help in the absorption of iron. Vitamin C has a very good capability to increase the absorption of iron. It can increase the iron absorption in our body by 2 to 3 times. The reason behind it is that it converts insoluble ferric iron into soluble ferrous iron and let it remain in the intestine for a longer time, and therefore the intestinal wall get access to this iron rich food for a longer period of time, enabling better absorption of the same. And that is the reason why we basically suggest to have iron and folic acid tablet along with some orange juice or lemon juice. They have a very good content of vitamin C and will help in enhancing the absorption of iron. But never have those supplements of iron and folic acid along with calcium rich food such as milk. The reason behind it is that calcium results in chelation of iron that converts it into insoluble substances, preventing the absorption of iron by our body. That is the reason why it is never ever suggested to have milk with iron tablets. It is preferred to have the milk 1 hour before or 1 hour after having the iron tablets. But these tips and tricks would only work if you have it with a balanced diet. If you want to have a complete balanced diet plan, I have already made a video stating what and all should be there in a balanced diet. You can refer to the video. I'll be attaching the link in the description. And as I say, none of the diet can be applicable for all. So if you want a complete personalized diet plan, then do drop me a mail in my mail ID. So do follow these tips and tricks and let me know about the result in the comment section. And I hope the video was quite informative, and if you want more of such videos, do subscribe my channel. You can also follow me in my Facebook and Instagram pages. The link will be given in the description. And for a very personalized diet plan or any kind of query or questions, you can drop me a mail in my mail ID. I'll be attaching my mail ID in the description. So see you on the next video. Till then, stay fit, stay healthy. Your body is a unique place with its own requirement and metabolism. The body metabolism and requirements can never be same for two persons. So why there should be a generalized diet plan that is applicable for all? Diet should also be unique and personalized for each person depending upon the food habits, physical activity, body type, metabolism, likes, dislikes, etc. So to have an exclusively personalized diet plan that suits absolutely to your body type, do take an appointment by dropping me a mail in my mail ID. The mail ID is in the description. So choose the best for yourself.